Hi everybody, welcome back. This is Magusville. We're going to do something a little different tonight. I've been playing City Skylines all week, so we're going to play that now. We're going to actually start with a fresh map. City building has been one of my favorite things to do. So if anybody has any suggestions in chat which map you want us to start with, I don't have much DLC downloaded right now. This is brand new as far as streaming it online for the first time. But definitely want to play a little bit. We'll see how far we can build in the next 45 minutes to an hour. You're watching City Skylines. We're going to try to build ourselves a city. So, any suggestions for a map? Any City Skyline people out there? If not, we'll pick one ourselves. How about we start? Let's see. Let's do. Let's try Cliffside down. Let's go with Foggy Hills. So we'll call our city. Let's see, end of February. Let's call it Cupidville. No, let's call it. What should we call it? Any suggestions for a name? Anybody out there? If not, we will call it Magusville. There you go. That's creative. All right, let's get started. So you normally start with an area of ground, a ramp off of the highway. So the first step is to set up your basic infrastructure, which requires putting a road up, adding a water source, adding a power source, and starting to zone your area. So normally I've been playing lately with building my own little roundabout. Initially when you start, you only have access to straight roads, one-lane roads. So we're going to try to, we'll start that way and we'll go from there. So, all right. So we will set the options. We're going to do night and day. Let the help screens come up. So let's take a look at the area. So this is where we start in the dotted lines here. Other areas will become visible as or available to us to purchase. So we're going to try to build close to the river. Looks like we have some forest here, some agrarian areas here. So we'll try to build our first area in here. Maybe we'll bring it out a little bit and use this area so we could keep the woods for harvesting later. So the first thing we'll do to make it easy on ourselves, I like to normally keep the view overhead in the initial start, and I usually build the first with a pause. We're going to use a freeform road so that we can curve it. Now the one thing you don't want to do this early in the game, let's bring the road out a little bit. The one thing you do not want to do this early in the game is overbuild. It's a common mistake that could cause problems for you. So we're just going to build a little, almost a roundabout, not quite. Just don't want to make it too big. And then the goal will be, once we establish this, is we will eventually convert this into a 2-lane highway to help keep our traffic flowing. Now off to the side here, I'm going to, there we go. We're going to build our industrial area over here right now. So I'm going to build a really small, let's switch back to the straight road for the moment. I'm going to build a really small area here just to start. Take it back in. So this will be our industrial area. Our power plant will go here, our water lines and everything else. Over here, what we will do is we will launch off the beginning of our residential area. create a short city block. Let's go about that big initially. Run that off the traffic circle here. And then last but not least, we need some commercial real estate. So we'll just put a short block here to act as our initial commercial zone. And that should be enough to get us started. So the demand meters are down here. You can see that they want it residential to start with. So normally what I like to do is I'll throw, the circle will tell you how big the grids are. So come in here and we'll build 2 grids so that we can completely zone this out if we wanted to. So the way we zone is we click on the zoning tab, we choose our residential. Initially you have light densities. We have to get up to a city in order to get larger density, and I normally don't leave fill on all the time because I like to have a little control. I like to be able to dump municipal buildings in at some point, but for now we will just highlight this whole area. We'll paint it for residential inside the blocks here, because we're going to leave this first block just become residential area. All right. Now before we turn the clock on, we will set up our power source. So I normally begin with a coal plant. I like to leave room here for a couple coal plants, and we'll leave room for a landfill over here. We need a water source. So we'll choose the water pumps, and you can see here which way the water runs. This is really important. You want to put your water source upstream from your drain. If you don't do that, you will make a lot of people sick. So we'll drop the drain down here, allowing for future expansion. Next step, we need to put some power in so that these things will run. So we'll drop a power line from here to here. We will drop another power line from here to here. Now you'll notice I don't run it connected directly to it. All you have to do is get into that blue grid. That blue grid is your power grid. So as long as your pole is within there, it'll run for you. The next step we have to do is put some piping in. So let's pipe out our grid. So we'll run some pipe along our residential section. Or I mean our industrial section is where we're going to put it. We'll take it across to the residential section. Now you don't want to overdo your pipe, but you also don't want to skimp on it, at least this early in the game. And then we have to connect it up so it runs. And then we'll run a loop here to kind of cover everything. And now our map is ready to start, in my opinion. So let's get the clock going and watch some people move in. So normally we'll start off with a couple residences. The other thing we need is a power line. So we're going to grab it from here. We'll take it there, and we'll take it over to here. Now you can see as the power grid's growing, what's happening is when we turn off the electricity, you'll see some lots are being built. Now, if we wait a few minutes, the power grid will automatically transmit across. So initially, while these may not show power, they'll pretty quickly get some. So, and now that our city's off and we're building. So I tend to like to set things up, let it build for a little bit, slow it down, make some other stuff. So now our economy panel's open. So right now we just have access to the basic budget, which is fine. So let's see what happens. If you want to get a feel for the land, you can see there's a raised area up here. If I remember right, this map, this is agrarian. There's a forest district over here, and I think there might be ore in here too. That'll come in handy as we grow later. So, but for now, let's see what our little rinky-dink little village here is going to produce for us. So I am Andrew Magus. We are playing online gaming with Magus Mandrew. Typically play board games, however tonight I've been playing City Skylines a lot lately, so I felt like streaming City Skylines tonight. So we're mixing it up a little bit tonight. I like to play all sorts of video games. Most of them digital board game adaptations, but I've also played other things like Fall Guys and Skylines and other games on Twitch. I post highlights for my games up on YouTube under Adventures with Andrew Magus, so we'll start a playlist up there with some Skylines stuff in it. If you like what you're seeing, let me know in the chat. And please feel free to follow me and subscribe. And if you let me know that you like Skylines, I'll do more. I'll play more with this game. Typically, I stream on Friday nights, but I also stream throughout the weekend when I'm available. But we're playing Cities Skylines right now. So, all right. So now you can see we're starting to get some demand for commercial. So we'll put the commercial zone in now. Initially, I just zoned the whole thing, but later on, I'll be a little more discreet about what I leave open. So for now, we're just going to build out the whole area, the whole initial area there. We're going to have to run some electric over there. So what we'll do is we'll just dump it like right about here. And we'll take the water over there as well. So I'm going to grab it from here, bring it over that way, and then we will connect it back. Now, normally when I build this, I don't normally build in the roundabout. I try to leave the roundabout open. If anything, when we get trees and things, I'll plant some trees in here and some shrubbery. But this initial property here should start our power grid connecting, and our water lines are already in place. So we're doing good. Now we need some industry, because you can't have a city without industry. So let's put our industrial zones in now. So we will zone this whole inside part here. And zone this, this, and this. I don't want to go too far. As you may know, if you get too close to a residential area, the residents don't like that. The noise and the pollution really gets on their nerves. So we don't want to get too far in here with the industrial zone. So we'll build out the industrial zone here. I want to leave this area over here for landfills. Leave this area for the power grid, for my power plants. I had a horrible map earlier in the week. I built a map and ended up killing my population with the plague. So it was not a fun map. My population was dying off left and right. I couldn't figure out why. Here it turned out I was backing sewage up into them. So you gotta be really careful with that. Starting to get dusk. Looks like we're going to need a lot more industry. So let's see. Let's build. We'll build our industrial park down in this direction. Actually, we really don't want a one-way road. Not right away. So, right. There we go. That should be enough to industry to start with. And we already ran our grid down there because we're draining out through there. That's a good thing. So let's see. So we've already started to get a good jump on our city. Still expecting more residential. There's a little demand for residential. Let's see. So what we'll do is let's add in another couple blocks. So what we'll do is we're going to build out. I think we'll build out this way. Now the horizontal blue lines there, you see, give you an idea where the zoning will go on either side of the highway. So if we come here, that will allow us to zone without any interruptions in between. So we're going to build, I'm going to put a couple blocks here just to, oh, a little too far there. Let's bulldoze that. we'll come out to here. Bring that one down. You don't want to have too many intersections just because you don't want to have a problem with traffic being congested, but we're going to connect these for now. So you notice in most cities you drive in, usually they run one-way streets back and forth, so that's what we're going to do here. Use that plan initially. Now here's where I'm going to start to get a little more careful with how I zone, because I want to be able to leave some space for municipal buildings in my zoning. So what we're going to do is we're going to create an area where we leave some opening for us to put municipal stuff in. Just like that. I'm going to leave this part unbuffered right now because it's really close here. And we'll totally zone this one in. We'll totally zone across the bottom here. And I think I'm also going to zone, for the most part, this side. We'll zone it down. If we decide we want to build on the streets there, they'll demolish things and rebuild it as needed. So now we have enough residents set up, we have enough industry set up. Now it's just a matter of waiting a little bit. So just trying to get development in here. Let's make sure our pipes are connected. So we're going to sewer line down there. I usually like to try to follow under the streets just like we would a real town. Oh, we're out of money. That's okay. No problem. We can fix that. So, seeing this right now, our budget, we can't do anything in tax or loans yet. So, let's give it a little time. Let's speed up the clock. Hopefully we'll get. You can see our losses, or we're steadily gaining population, so we hopefully will have enough to begin to turn the corner. So let's just leave it run for a little bit. Now they will complain about water for a little bit, but hopefully we can get to 400. That'll give us a bonus, and then we'll fix the water lines. So we're ready to slow it down. We're almost there. We should hit the magic number very shortly. We are looking for the number 440. Almost there. Here it comes. Oh. Toying with it. There we go. Okay, so with the hamlet, we're able to create taxes, loans, we get garbage, healthcare, and education, landfills, elementary schools, and medical clinics. Plus, we get a nice little bonus here. So we're going to use our bonus to put in our water lines. Finish our water line here so that we don't have unhappy residents. And we will add a landfill so we don't have problems with garbage, which we said we were going to put over here. And let's add in some healthcare. Right there. That's why we left that space. And let's get cooking. So now we have some info views available. We can see the amount of electricity we have, which looks good. We're in the green with the water. Our landfill is set up and running. We have no education yet, but we'll take care of that soon. Notice there's a little pipe issue here. What's the problem? I'm not sure why there's some lack of water. Let's take a look. Not enough water. Alright, so let's do this. For some reason, they don't seem to be in. There we go. There it goes. It's gone. Alright. So let's see. Our happiness. We're getting there. We're not too worried about right now. Healthcare. Everybody's pretty healthy here. Let's take a look at our traffic grid. So you'll see right now it's mostly green, so we're doing okay for the moment. Pollution is localized to the industrial. Noise pollution, you notice how commercial and industry cause noise pollution. We want to keep our residents happy and quiet. That's one way to do it. Outside connections, the purple shows what we're importing goods or importing goods. Blue shows that we're ore products. And then our exports, don't have any right now, but that'll change shortly. And then our roads. So by using the junctions here, close that. By using our roads here, we can click on any route and see how the traffic is flowing. We can talk about priority roads later. You can also rename anything in these Skylines. We're not going to do that right away. But let's get busy growing our city. So let's take a look at what's happening here. Show off our junctions. Take a look here. We see the residential demand is growing again. So let's start to expand our block structure here. So what we're going to do is we're going to take it out. Take it out another. Actually, that was not the way I wanted to do it. You have to watch what when you're laying roads down, because if you have the wrong road selected, you have to back it up. Alright, so now we're going to build our grid out this way. I like this game's way of laying out these blocks because SimCity, which I used to play, the different versions, really didn't give you this kind of guidance when you were laying things out. So it's a welcome change of pace here. So let's build there. And we'll add more residences. This whole thing. Residential zone. So we'll leave some room in here for fire and police. So we may change our mind, come back later and fill it in, but for now we're going to just leave it the way it is. I don't want to build too many residences on this side because we don't want to get too close to here. The design I've worked with lately has been to try to build a beltway around the main part of the city here. We do come over onto this other shore, so maybe we can exploit this area later. River flows this way, so we have plenty of room to put water up, but once we start dumping sewage in, this whole part gets polluted until we get to a water treatment facility. So, alright. We probably need to... Nope, our water pipes are good for now. Let's check our zoning. Yep, everybody's inside the zoning there. Alright. Looks like they're not getting water over here, though, so let's add another loop. So, like I said, I normally try to build my pipes realistically with how you would build pipes in a town. I try to run them under the streets. I bring the power grid over just enough. I don't like to have too many poles above ground. As the city fills in, I actually sometimes remove all these poles so that they don't clutter the landscape. So, but that's the core start of our city. So we're up to 724 people so far. Let's soup it up and see what happens for a little bit. We're making $1,372 a week. So we're making money. Let it run for a little bit. Keep our eye on demand meters here. And so far, so good. So, you're watching Andrew Magus. We're playing Friday Night City Skylines. This is a new stream for me. Normally I play board games, but lately I've really had a hankering to build a city. City building games are one of my favorite types of games. I love empire building, city building simulations and stuff. I played SimCity. I was just talking to a friend of mine earlier about Sims. And I don't know if you remember, but SimCity. I had the first Max's SimCity like years ago, which kind of dates me. But I also like to play. I bought every version of SimCity up through like 2008, 2010. When Maxis kind of sold off some of their SimCity business to the other company. I can't remember its name off the top of my head. Oh, we're a village now. So this gives us fire departments, police departments, unique buildings, our specialized districts, power usage, water usage, smoking policies. Haven't done too much of policies yet, but we also are able to buy new areas as well. So that's great. So let's pause here and let's put in some infrastructure. So anyway, like I was saying, I like to play. I played SimCity 1 to like SimCity 4. SimCity 2000 I remember playing. My favorite SimCity though was SimCity 2. And not because of SimCity so much, but they came out with a release called Simcopter. I thought Simcopter was the greatest thing in the world because not only could you build the city, you could fly through it. That was such a fantastic game. Back in the old days, Railroad Tycoon was the other game I played back then quite a bit. I don't know if you remember Railroad Tycoon, Sid Meier's Railroad Tycoon. It was a great game. All right, so let's drop our fire department here. Get everybody happy. We will drop a police department in here just to keep our crime rate down. Already we spent most of that bonus we got, so let's crank it up again and continue running. We're getting a demand for more people want to live here. That's wonderful. So let's build a place for them that they can live and play in our fantastic little Magusville. Alright, we're not going to let this area go untouched. Yeah, it was a little deceiving. I didn't think the circles were in the right place, but they were. Alright. Oh, we're out of money. Oh, hang on, we'll drop it soon. There it is. Up. There we go. Okay, let's zone it out. Now, I'm going to leave room here for our schools. So, put the schools in there. Paint this all out. And the other area we're not going to paint right now would be this area here next to the commercial. I'm not exactly sure what we're going to do with that yet. Let's de-zone all that. Now we do have some demand for more commercial zones, so let's take care of that. Let's bring our commercial zone over a bit more. No, we just had to wait for money. Oh, we're out of elect. We've managed to knock out our electricity. My mistake. It's like when the power line comes along, the squirrel jumps in your substation. Sorry about that, folks. We did not mean to kill all the commerce. Okay, so we're missing some water here. There we go. Need a little more water. Then we'll take a look at districting things. We have more views on our... We have almost all the views open now, so... Looks like our grid is... Oh, there's one little area here that doesn't have water. Alright. So we could fix that. As long as it's hooked into the big circle, we'll be good. Alright, so now let's district some stuff out here. So let's pause the game for a second. Let's take a look at what our districts are like, or what our land's like. So you can tell where to put districts in by looking at our natural resources. As you can see up here, the dark green. Oh, by the way, we're playing City Skyline on Steam, so this is the PC version of it. My family likes to play on the Xbox version as well. Xbox Game Pass, and it's on there. So let's see. So we have a forest district here. We have agrarian here, so we may want to save some of this to see if we could build some farming. Really isn't a lot of... Here's some ore here. Some agrarian over here as well. But our initial zone has mostly some agriculture, some forestry. We have a whole bunch of forestry here. So the way you create districts, which is kind of cool because it gives overlays to names just like real towns do. So you choose your forest industry, you choose your drawing tool, and you just draw where you want to put the district at. So let's turn on our... So what we're going to do is we're going to highlight the whole area here. This will be one forest district. We'll make this a district. We will create a little district over in here. So those are forest districts. And then we'll create an agricultural district out of this area. So let's make it out of two parts. So one will be here. One will be here. We'll wrap that around that way. Just like that. Alright. So there's our districts for our first map. Now you can build there like normal and everything, but it just gives us some character and variety in our map there. Plus it also makes sure that when we start building industries out in those areas, it gives us goods to import and export from. So it helps to build up our commerce. Alright. That's our city. That's our fledgling town at night. Looks like there's a... Oh, yep, we forgot to put the pipes in here. Let's finish fleshing out the... commercial area. I don't normally like to leave them hanging like I did over here, but we did that just to be able to make sure that they weren't without water. The reason for that is it seems to me sometimes that when you just let them hanging open like that, they tend to cause backups and pollution. So we are playing City Skylines on Twitch. I'm Andrew Magus. You're watching Magus Mandruk on Twitch. Please follow us or subscribe if you want to see us streaming. We try to stream on Friday nights and on weekends here and there. We play Minecraft, we play digital board games, and we've added City Skylines to our repertoire. So that's what we're playing right now. So this is our first city building attempt with all of you. We are playing, this is, let's take a look at our city statistics. So, yep, yeah, that's a good place. So far, so good. Let's go back to the game. Not going to do anything with policies just yet. So, we do not have a clinic yet. We'll build one of those the next time around. Hopefully our citizens will avoid getting sick for now. Yeah, garbage, fire, police. So far so good. We're probably going to want to put a second fire company over here at some point. So Now notice the demand for commerce and industry is growing. So let's see what we can zone out here. So let's build the back half of our industrial park. Zone part of this. We want to leave some of this for future power plants. We'll zone this in and we'll zone that in. Enough room for our landfill, which is right here. Yeah, you can kind of see the outline of the landfill in the dark. All right, so there's our industrial zone. Commercial. So we actually have to enlarge our commercial zone a little bit in order to provide more. So we started building here. We're going to bring it up to here and back in. So we'll continue to do that, and we'll put our commerce here and up here. Incorporate it there. All right. Let's check our water grid out, make sure we have enough. Oh yeah, for the most part it's watered. That's kind of cool. So let's actually take the pipe out here, connect it back down here, and we can actually, I think we can actually bulldoze the pipe here. Yep, there we go, the water grid. You don't want to leave too much extra pipe out there, only because it costs you. Every pipe you have costs you money, so we don't want to do too much. So now there's our city. So let's let it percolate for a little bit, and we'll see what happens next. Looks like everything that could grow is grown. We may end up having to add more residential blocks. Oh, we're a tiny town. We hit 1,400 people. That's pretty quick. This gives us landscaping, gives us parks and plazas, parking bans, canals. Haven't done much with canals, but it gives us a whole bunch of recreational facilities. The high school, the public library, some amusements, Japanese garden, dog park. So let's get busy beautifying some stuff here. So it gives us 23,000. So now we can afford to put our medical clinic in. So let's dump our medical clinic right in the center of the town here. We have a police department. Our fire coverage is a little spotty, so let's throw a fire company over here. All right, and let's add some. It's a park. We'll put the park. You can see the green circle. That shows you like where the park will cover. So it's most of our residential area right now. So let's actually put it right there. All right. And then we could do some landscaping. Let's put some trees around. So it's kind of hard to see here, but let's take a look. That's the canal. Oh, these are some stones. We could put a boulder. Let's throw a boulder there. I'll put one there. Alright. That should give us some character. And dawn is breaking over our little tiny town. So what we can do is let's take a look at our tax panel. So what we will do is I normally like to take my taxes up to 10%. There we go. All right, cool. So we definitely need more living space. So, let's check our power consumption. Oh, We're close to being out of power here. That's not good. So I think we're about ready to put another power plant in. So let's see, 19,000. So we don't have enough to do that yet. So let's actually put, so the beauty here is on this map down here by the river, we can actually get 8 megawatts of energy right here. So put the windmill there. And that should add some electricity back into our power grid. Yep, not bad. So actually what we could do, now that I think about it, is we can take a loan out. Let's do that, and we'll build another coal plant just to, you don't want to use coal too long because it creates a lot of pollution, but at least that will safeguard our grid for a while. So that gives us plenty of electricity to work with. Excuse me. So we have some new buildings. We have some monuments. I don't have a lot of money for them right now. Gotta watch. We need water here, so we'll connect that pipe. All right. So there's a demand for people. So let's get some more citizens in our little community here. So we need to build out. All right, so dump some residential stuff in here. We'll leave space for a park in the middle of this block. And this block out. And then we will run a water line. Just need to connect some more. Oh, there's a fire. Uh-oh, here comes the fire engine. I love the animations in this game. Yeah, took care of a fire. Put it out. There you go. And crisis averted. That's cool. What's happening? Oh, that's not good. There you go. Let's give you water. All right. Our next milestone will be at 2,400 people. So you'll see here it says you could buy new land. Now you don't really want to buy new land unless you're ready to develop it. I made the mistake of buying land early on in one game, and it actually cost me the ability to expand my area the way I wanted to. So let's accelerate our time up and see where this takes us. Keep an eye on your gauges. That's the way I like to play this game. Is I usually keep my eye on the gauges here and watch what's happening. So you can see there's a growing demand for more commerce, which should be over here. So what we could do is we'll pause it. Let's take a look at how we can add commerce in. So maybe what we could do is let's add an egress into the commercial zone, and let's bring an egress out. All right, now I did that just to make sure that traffic flows better from one to the other. Now what we're going to do is we'll add commerce here, take it away from there. We want to bring it all the way in so that we can minimize the amount of pollution, noise pollution. So we'll take it to about there. But then what we'll do is we will expand our road like that. Leave this center open for now. Well, actually, you know what? Let's connect that highway. And then what we will do is we'll zone all this. So that's our expanded commercial zone. And then we also have to add some water in here. Just create another loop. There we go. Alright, let's see what happens. Alright, now you can see our residential demand is increasing again. So now we're just really starting to grow. So let's zone another block in here. There we go. Let that develop. Complete our road. Let's drop our pipes in. So this part's pretty much straightforward. Take a look at our electricity and water. We're still good there. Water. Let's watch what happens. How's everybody doing out there? We are playing City Skylines on Twitch. I'm Andrew Magus. You're watching my channel, Magus Mandrew. We will post highlights up on YouTube. Come along pretty nice. Starting to develop over the hill. So not too bad for so far so good. Having a thriving area. And there's still more demand. People want to move in here left and right. So let's continue. Let's take it out even further. Okay, now just to we'll zone all this residential. Let's be quick about it. Okay, so that's zone residential. So let that go. Let that start to get developed. And then what I'm going to do before we get too much further is put a highway in so that we have the ability to grow So we have to drop water because we are out of water. There we go. That's just care of the water needs. And we're in Boomtown. So Boomtown gives us transportation, recycling, recreational use policies, some new highways and intersections, toll booths, cemeteries, elder care, child care, bus depots. So we're on our way. So far so good. And so this is what our town looks like so far. We will take a brief look when right before we finish today. So we're going to probably wrap up pretty soon. I appreciate you all out there. Hope you follow me. My name is Andrew Magus. You're watching Magus Mandruk on Twitch. We are building a city tonight. So we need more industry. So let's build out our... Now let's come over into our forest zone here. Start to build out here. So I'm going to actually run a road from here. I'm going to take it all the way over to here. And then let's do something a little different. Let's build a curve there. That way we don't disturb our landfill. And we're going to zone all this industrial. Actually, I don't want to zone that. Let's leave these two. The reason I don't want to zone that is we may need another landfill. And I would like to have the two landfills together. So that. But what we can do to take advantage of some of our space here is run a road through here. Connect there. Add some zoning there as well. Actually, those two on zone. Just in case we have to dump a landfill there. Then make sure we have water. And let's see what develops here. So how's traffic doing up here? Alright, so now's a good time to take a look at our traffic gauge. So you can see here, for the most part, traffic is good throughout the town, except on the circle, as I forecast earlier. So the way we fix this, to get rid of that congestion, or at least try to minimize it, is we're going to go to a 2-lane highway. We should have enough to run this, so... So then what we'll do is we're doing an upgrade. Upgrading roads come in handy, they're great. So now we're going to upgrade this to 2-lane. So upgrade the whole highway. That should alleviate the traffic issues right now. So you can notice how I cut it down. Cool. And then what we're going to do, so the next step here, which we'll do tomorrow, or the next time we play, is we are going to start to lay in an infrastructure, highway infrastructure here. So, seeing our cloverleaf is all the way out here, we may want to tap into here eventually. So let's build a highway that, we'll probably build a highway that starts in here at the traffic circle, comes through here, which gives us access to both these zones, wraps around our residence, comes out along here, and probably runs up to this highway somewhere. Or we take it around and we go over the highway. I don't know. We'll figure that out later. So, I'm glad everybody's watching. I hope you're enjoying the stream. My name is Andrew Magus. You've been watching Magus Mandrew play. We're playing Cities Skylines tonight. But we're going to get ready to wrap it up soon. So right now we're developing our industry. Let's see what's going on over here. It's coming along pretty good. You know what? Maybe we'll put in, let's build a little more infrastructure before we go. So let's put in an elementary school. So it's right here in the center. We will put in a high school. Let's put that like right. You know what? Let's put the high school right in. You know what? I don't think we have big enough space for it. So what we'll have to do is put it. Let's put it right there. That'd be a good transition between the commercial and industrial. I mean the commercial and residential. Alright. Let's take a look. We can't build, but we can build a cemetery. Where do we want to lay to rest our loved ones? Boy, this is a tough one. Let's put them on the street here. Yeah, let's just put the cemetery there. Alright. So let's check our loan out. See where we're at with loans. So, alright, why don't we do this? Let's take out a $60,000 loan. We'll pay off our $12,000 loan. And that gives us money to put in elder care in. So let's put some health care in here. So we have a medical clinic in here. We need to put an elder care facility in. So maybe we run that right here. And we'll put a child care facility in over here. Looks good. Let's take a look. All right. Oh, let's make sure we have them wired up. Not good without water. So, and there's the beginning of our city. Let's shut our industrial area over here. Look at the traffic over here. Let's take a look at our junctions. Now this is where the junctions come in handy because you can see how things are set up. So you'll note here that there's so maybe we need to put a traffic light here. I'll put one here. See if that alleviates any of the congestion out here. The other thing that we can do to help with traffic here is let's add a highway ramp off of here. There we go. Let's see if that helps with the congestion. Let's check the junctions on there. Okay, so put stop signs there so anybody can cross this road will of course it occurs to me what we have here is a so let's continue to upgrade this road. All right, let's see what that does with our traffic. So all right. Okay. And what we can do to help simplify things. Oh, no, we don't want to do that. Let's build a feeder road. All right, let's see if that simplifies things a little bit. this one way going up. Coming back. Okay. Let's see what effect that has on our traffic circle. Hi everybody out there, how's it going? I'm Andrew Magus. We are playing City Skylines. We're going to wrap it up shortly. We just wanted to play with the roads a little bit, see if we could fix this traffic circle. So what I'm going to do temporarily to shut off our day-night cycle. So we can take a look at what's going on in the city here. Oh. So that's a look at our city so far. So we come in, take a look here. Of course, we have our residential district. It's pretty low key right now, low density. Not bad, looks pretty good. Take a look at looks like Mr. Rogers' neighborhood. Here's our commercial district built up on the mountain, on the hill. Pretty large as well. And over here, get into our industrial zone, our garbage dump, our power plants. This is our forestry district. That's kind of good. So last but not least, let's just take a flight through it and see what it looks like. So this is City Skylines. This is the core, the beginning of our city. We'll continue to build it over future sessions. You've been watching Andrew Magus on Online Gaming with Magus Mandruk. Friday nights on Twitch. We stream. Put our highlights up on YouTube, so see some of this up on YouTube. I really appreciate you guys joining me tonight. It's getting early or late, so I'm going to be signing off shortly. But this is where we're at. I think if I remember right, we're at the Boomtown or Tiny Town level, one of those two. So we're getting pretty close to the point where we can really start building a city. So our suburb is doing pretty good. So with that said, I want to thank you all very much for joining me. I hope you have a good night or good morning, depending on where you are. Thanks for joining me on Twitch. If you liked what you saw today, follow me here on Twitch and subscribe so you know when I'm streaming. Otherwise, I will see you next time. Happy gaming, and I hope you have a great evening. Take care, everybody.